We're now joined live by Octavius Williams, who says he worked in a nightclub in Minneapolis where both George Floyd and a police officer charged over his death worked as well. Welcome to the programme. It's great to have you with us. Now, how closely did you know these two men?
I knew both of them pretty well. I worked with Floyd, is what we all knew him by. I was there working the club the day, his first day coming in. Back in 2000 and I believe 15, something like that. Yeah, when he first came in. Yeah, so he answered the ad that the owner had put out for the club, and so he just showed up. Giovanni had put him to work that weekend, and he was there. I was the head of security. I wasn't aware of his employment or his hiring, but the moment I saw him, I knew I needed that guy.
Tell us more about what kind of man was he?
Floyd was very genuine. And when I mean that, this guy would give you the shirt off his back. He was such a kind spirit. And for being such a big guy, he was a true gentle giant. He was. And which is a rare gem in security, because big guys always seem like they got to get into fights and prove that they're strong. But Floyd didn't have to do that. He was able to talk people out of the club and get them out with respect, and he gained respect from the people that came to the club because he didn't have to force them out. Because they knew, because being a big guy, I guess you wouldn't want to try him. He's a big dude.
So Derek Chauvin, you also worked with him in the nightclub. Tell us more about him.
Yes, and let's be clear about this. That working together at the club with cops is not like you working shoulder to shoulder. These cops are sitting in their squad cars outside the building. Half the time, we don't even know who's in those squad cars. They show up, they stay outside, they don't come in, they don't assist, okay? And rarely inside the club issues. When we get the guys outside, they come out. So we don't really work with them in that nature. But we are employed by the same people, okay? So Derek Chauvin's relationship with Floyd was very short, because that was at a club called the Rodeo. That was not at Conga. Chauvin did not work Conga. He worked the Rodeo. So I need to clear that up for people, okay? And that was a very short-lived relationship. So where he spent most of his time at Conga, that was not Chauvin's duty. There was other officers that worked that. But with that said, I worked with Derek Chauvin at in the retail environment. I can't name the name, but people that know me knows what that is. But I worked with him in the retail environment. I'm a loss prevention officer. So that's how I know him, because he worked off duty at the retail environments, as well as the clubs that I worked in as well. But you got to understand that's a different relationship.
So knowing both of these men, how did you feel? What was your reaction when you first saw the video?
I was horrified. I mean, come on. That was inhumane on every level. I was horrified. I knew who the officer was right away after seeing the video, but I just didn't understand why he was doing this. I never knew he was capable of doing something like that. So I was absolutely shocked and horrified. And then I was raged and saddened. All of that came, and I'm still confused about why he decided to do that. I'm still very confused about that.
Do you think that Chauvin recognized Floyd during the arrest?
It's possible. That may be. But that did not help Floyd in that moment. Because when you think an officer recognizes you in my business in security, that usually gives you some type of an inside perk with that officer, some type of a common level with that officer that usually helps you out in situations. Say you got pulled over and you were speeding, you knew the officer because you work with them. That usually can help you get out of that ticket. So knowing the officer would usually help you, not harm you,
So you're not aware of any disputes between Floyd and Chauvin?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Do you expect
I don't think there was no... Go ahead.
Go ahead, please.
Well, I was just going to say, I do not believe that there was any previous malice between these two. And I would like to clear that up. I do not believe that.
Knowing both of these men on a personal level, do you expect to have to testify? Do you want to?
No, I do not. I probably even shouldn't be doing this, honestly, is because I still work in the retail environment. I still practice security. And we do need police officers. We do. At the end of the day, you know, I deal in a dangerous environment when you're stopping people of theft. And so when you deal with officers on that level, when I'm trying to apprehend somebody for theft, and I'm usually getting into a scuffle with that person, you know, you need those officers to help you subdue that person so that you can regain control of the situation. So I have relied on officers to help me get people down and subdued. And you're often happy when that knee comes on them. Get the knee somewhere to get kind of a pain compliance so that we could get control of the scenario. But once you get the person under control, I mean, then the situation should be under control. So I totally, when someone is in aggressive mode, you know, an officer has to step it up. But that's not what we saw. Floyd was not being aggressive. He was already detained. So that's why I'm confused, because if you're fighting with the guy, I mean, honestly, get a knee anywhere you can to get the cuffs on him. But that was not what we saw. Floyd was compliant. He was down. It was over.
How do you feel about this huge nationwide reaction to Floyd's death? Did you anticipate this? Are you shocked by it?
I am absolutely shocked by it. I look up to the heavens and I'm like, Floyd, you know, let me know what you wanted from this. Is this what you wanted? Because I'm absolutely shocked. I didn't think the nation was going to respond like this. I think the video was, you could feel the emotion just coming from the video, and I guess it wrapped the country up, and I'm so thankful that everyone paid attention. But man, this is a little bit nuts, for sure.
Yeah, it just feels like day after day, the emotion's just getting stronger and stronger. So how do you see things playing out? What's the word on the street?
The word on the street is that people want all four of them arrested. They want all four. I can agree, all four should be charged in some way and manner. But do all officers play the same role as Chauvin? Maybe not. But I do. So they want them all arrested. I mean, so I think that there's going to be a little bit of unrest until that happens. I really fear that.
You know, over the last 2 decades or more, we've seen so many cases involving police brutality and the black community. Do you hold any hope that the situation can improve?
Yes, I do. And it can improve, in my opinion, if the black leaders of the community actually give these angry young people who spearheaded this a true agenda now. Okay, we thank you for the energy and all of that. I actually thank these young generation for that. So now let's show the world that we tore it down, now we can rebuild it. That should be the message I think these community leaders should give out to these young black people and these young other people that are non-white, and those who are even of the white culture, and they decide, hey, they're tired of seeing this injustice, and they participated in the destruction. Everyone should come together for the rebuild and have an agenda behind that rebuild. You know, now these are communities, stores that you want, and obviously you didn't want an AutoZone. Well, maybe you could put a mom and pop auto shop there now. That's gonna keep its doors open because you make sure it stays open now. You know, and that should be the message. Trying to get angry with these the young guys or the young people, I think that's just going to create more divide. So as long as the black leaders give us an agenda, a real agenda, yes, change will happen. But if we're going to just start blaming each other and pointing fingers, no change will happen.
Octavius, thank you so much for talking to us. That's Octavius Williams, an acquaintance and former colleague in Minneapolis, where both George Floyd and the police officer charged over his death. Thank you.